Hey Taurus. So this is your extended for August 2019. Welcome to Glow in the Dark Tarot. So, like I said in the previous video, let's kick it. So Taurus, in the previous video, I said that the only card in your original spread, the spread that's under the clarifying cards that was in the upright, was the Death card. And every other card, with the exception of the cards at the bottom of the deck, were in the reverse. So we're going to clarify your spread for you, okay? So the first card we have is the Queen of Cups in the reverse, clarifying the Eight of Swords in the reverse. The Nine of Pentacles, clarifying the Death card. The High Priestess in the reverse, clarified by the Seven of Pentacles. So I definitely feel like there's something that you invested a lot of time into, but maybe you didn't get your return, if that makes sense, probably in the past. And again, like I said in the previous video, I do feel like you are ignoring your intuition. I feel like you're going with the obvious factor, which is the death. Whatever this thing was, it's over now. And I don't really feel like you want to fight it. I do kind of feel like you probably are holding your grudge. Some of the cards I do feel like represent people, probably, like this Nine of Pentacles. I think that probably represents a person. I think that's probably why it is clarifying the Death card. I also feel like this is a period for you to focus on your sense of contentment, of materialistic contentment. What are the things that I have? And what are the things that I have now through this death process? With the Queen of Cups in the reverse, clarifying the Eight of Swords, I think there's something that you have figured out by someone, about someone. I think that your view of them is upside down. I'm not sure if I feel like you're emotionally imbalanced. I do feel like you probably teeter-totter between thinking about how you're feeling and then just ignoring it and moving forward. I definitely feel like you don't feel like fighting whatever this is or whatever this was, but I do feel like you are extremely guarded, and you I do feel I'm not. I'm seriously working. Like I'm making a video.
Let's go. Let's do this.
1 second. Let me
Tell the folks I said, hey,
I will.
Prescott said,
Hey, shh.
hi guys, stop.
I'll be over in a second. Sorry about that, Taurus. I had some friends stop by. I told them I was working. Anyway, I do feel like you are extremely protective of yourself and other things that you have and other things that you have left. I feel like there is something that you do not want to fight for anymore. With the Five of Wands in the reverse being clarified by the Six of Wands. I'm sorry. Nine of Wands. I do think you are very guarded. I do think you are very protective of yourself. Whatever this death or this ending was, I do think it has you feeling a bit insecure because it's forcing you to go into things that are new, right? And because of that, you are a little bit overprotective. This Emperor card, like I said, I think some of these cards probably represent people. And I think that this Emperor in the reverse being clarified by the Four of Wands in the reverse, I feel like there is something that you thought that you could have a foundation with or through. I feel like there's someone who you thought you could have a foundation with or through, and it did not work. Again, with this Ten of Cups in the reverse, followed by the Moon card in the reverse. There are still things about the situation that you probably don't understand. You're probably avoiding trying to understand, again, with ignoring your intuition. But I do think that there is a part of you that is not interested in figuring out what those things were. King of Cups in the reverse, clarifying the Star in the reverse. Yeah, I think that you just aren't interested in even getting into the nitty gritty or the details. I think that you probably were shook by this event, whatever it was. And I think you just kind of wanted to hightail it out of there and just move on. Page of Swords in the reverse and the Devil, clarifying the Devil. Page of Swords in the upright, clarifying the Devil in the reverse. I think that whatever this past situation was or whatever the situation is, it's a very naive situation. I think that it was a situation that maybe you do look back on, but I wonder if you look back on it through the same lens. Have you grown? Have you changed? Have you, matured to a point where you can see that in a different way? Maybe there's some part of you that wants to confront this. Maybe there's some part of you that wants to straighten this out. The Fool and the upright, clarifying the Strength in the reverse. I feel like either way, you are still moving forward and you are still kind of wholeheartedly putting your best foot out there to your next venture, whatever that is. So this death happened, whether this is with a person, whether this is with a career, whether this is with finances, whether this is with yourself. There is that avoidance of using your intuition. There is that sense of being overprotective with yourself and what you have left. Like with Scorpio, I think I told them that they were interested in cutting their losses, and I think that is partly what you're doing. I think you're just interested in cutting your losses and getting your gains. You are keeping your spirits light. You are trying to stay on the bright side of life, but you are very protective of yourself. And I think... Okay. Sorry, that was my friends again. But I think you are very protective of yourself. And again, like I said, I think some of these cards represent people. So with this Ace of Cups in the reverse being clarified by the Seven of Wands, I think that when it comes to a particular event or a particular person or a particular situation, you are very defensive. You are very defensive. I think that you are, I don't say ready, but you're prepared to feel like you have to defend yourself. For some reason, you have your wand up. Ace of Wands being clarified by the Three of Swords. I think that you are moving forward in your life. I think you are moving forward in your love life. But I do think that perhaps the reason why you are moving forward, the reason why you are experiencing that death within yourself or with other things is because of a past heartbreak. I think that you are in a situation that you didn't expect to find yourself in, and I think that you are in a period or a point where you're ending a cycle that you didn't quite expect to be in this way. King of Wands being clarified by the Temperance card. Six of Swords being clarified by the Four of Swords. So you are acknowledging your capability to create. You are acknowledging your capability to manifest in your own life. to get those things that you want, material or otherwise. You are confident in yourself that you can create the life that you want. Meanwhile, you are keeping a level head, and you're finding your center again. You're finding your balance again. And again, you are moving forward. Whether or not it's painful, whether or not it's moving forward in a direction that you don't quite want to go, whether or not it's moving forward regardless of the loose ends that you think haven't been tied up, you are moving forward. And I think you are getting to a point where you are saying, you know, this is what's happening, and I'm just going to go with it. And it is what it is. I'm just going to rest on that. The Knight of Wands, in the reverse, clarifying the King of Swords. I think that there is something that happened in the past that has you still maybe even a little insecure, or you still wonder about it or think about it. As patient and as slow moving as you are, Taurus, I think that you still are second guessing yourself. I think you are focused on taking things slower than usual. I think you want to make sure that whatever it is that you're doing now, you do it right. And that it actually works out. I think there's something that happened. Perhaps the thing that made this death card come out, that still hurts. I think there is a part of you that still feels like you have 10 swords in your back. And again, that goes back to what I said about you possibly second guessing yourself. I think the reason that this is out is because maybe there's something you're still trying to digest. Maybe there's something you're still processing, but then avoiding at the same time. Maybe there is something that, despite possibly the ego, you can't quite shake it off. Maybe it still kind of stings. So Taurus, I look forward to giving you your next reading for the next month. I'm a little behind, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to give you your mid-month readings. I'm going to try to do the mid-month readings. I still have like 6 signs that I have to do, so I'm going to try to pump those out. And then I have a few bonuses that I'm going to put out. But either way, stay tuned to find out what's going on next month, and regardless, and in Virgo season as we come upon that. I'm giving bonus readings out to the videos or to the signs who I get the most views from. So yeah, thank you for tuning in to Glow in the Dark Tarot. Please feel free to leave me a comment. Please feel free to click the thumbs up button or even the thumbs down button. Please feel free to click that subscribe button. If this video resonated with you, great. If it did not, that's fine too. There are other readers out there on YouTube. Please feel free to check out their videos. Please feel free to check out any video until you find one that resonates with you. So yeah, Taurus, you will hear from me again. And hope all is well with you. Bye.